Okay, all set. Hello, Behemoth Nation. My name is Mike. I'm one of the founders of Behemoth Brigade, as I said in one of my videos a little while ago. And today's video is a first. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going on social media, such as Quora, or Facebook, or Instagram. I told people to ask me questions, but I know that I'm not going to get a lot of questions because I don't have a lot of followers right now. So I'm just going to go on Quora, where people ask a lot of questions, and I'm going to answer bodybuilding questions. Let's get to it. Tom Thomas on Quora says, what are some tips for starting bodybuilding? Well, Tom, I don't know who you are, but I'll give you some advice. If you know that you have bodybuilding in your DNA, bodybuilding is hard, you have to understand that. And for starting bodybuilding, I would say that you just need to build a foundation first and understand how difficult it actually is gonna be if you decide to take it to a high level. You need to first learn the concept of training, learn your mechanics, that's very important. If your form is terrible, then you're gonna hurt yourself really bad. And I would just say to stay in a calorie surplus and don't shred down unless you're severely obese. Like if you are a person who is quite skinny and you're trying to get into bodybuilding, stay in a calorie surplus. And then as you get more advanced, you could start adding more techniques to your training. Yeah, build your foundation and eat and learn. Okay, someone on Quora said, what are the best bodybuilding supplements? The best bodybuilding supplements are food and training. There is nothing that beats that. If you cannot afford supplements, do not buy them. You don't need them. If you are training hard enough and you're getting all that food in and you're recovering, you will grow. Is bodybuilding healthy? If you're not going to think about using drugs, then yes, it's healthy. But on the flip side, if you do try and go to the elite level, and that you know what that means, then no, it's not healthy at all. What is the purpose of bodybuilding? The purpose of bodybuilding, to me, is it's therapy. I genuinely just enjoy lifting heavy weights. Someone asked, what is the best meal for bodybuilding? There is no best meal. Just eat your food, eat clean. If you eat processed foods and stuff like that, that's gonna add fat to you. You want to eat clean, you want to eat a lot of clean food. So let's say you're trying to put on size. You will eat in a calorie surplus, but then when you hit a plateau for that amount of calories, you will want to add more calories, and then you will grow more. It's a very simple game. Is drinking milk good for bodybuilding? What I've heard is that milk is very bad for your digestion. So I'm not really going to speak on that because I don't really know. What's the worst mistake you made as a beginning bodybuilder? The worst mistake I made, and I'm only 16 by the way, like I've been training for about 3 years. But in those 3 years, the biggest mistake I made was overcomplicating things. Do not overcomplicate things. It's really not as hard as you think. Just lift some heavy weights. Do your compound movements and your isolation movements. Progress your lifts every single week and progressively eat. Don't be like that teenager that likes to drink mass gainers and stuff like that and really overcomplicate the hell out of everything. What pre-workout should I take? What does this supplement do? What does that supplement do? What exercises should I do? Just eat your food, hit the muscle from all different angles, compound lift, isolation movements, and recovery, sleep. Should I hit the gym every month? I personally think that everybody should be on a consistent training schedule regardless of what their goals are, just to stay healthy, because without your health, you are nothing. Not everybody has bodybuilding in their DNA. Not everybody can stay dedicated to it like some people can. Everybody has something in their DNA, but usually bodybuilding is not it, simply because it is hard. Is protein as useful as muscle heads hype it up to be? Of course protein is useful. I don't know if this guy's talking about a protein powder, but protein itself is the building block of muscles. When you train, you are breaking down your muscles. And then when you take in protein, you are rebuilding your muscles and setting it up for growth. The actin and myosin get thicker, and that causes the muscle to grow, and you need protein to do that. Can I build muscles by swimming? If you take a look at some of the top swimmers in the USA today, they are all skinny. I saw Michael Phelps' diet, it was around 12,000 calories a day, and he's still skinny because the energy expenditure of swimming is just absolutely insane. Therefore, I don't think there's any hypertrophy in terms of swimming. How long can it take a skinny guy to get ripped? If you're a skinny guy, I would not recommend shredding at all. simply because this is not healthy and it's just gonna make you skinnier than you already are. So I would definitely, as I said before, recommend getting big. And that means eating a lot of food and training hard. How do you build big forearms in the gym? Personally, I don't really think you need to train your forearms because like in all of the other movements, you are basically hitting your forearms. Like a deadlift, that's killer for your forearms. Even if you're using straps. Like when you're training biceps, you're hitting your forearms. When you're doing hammer curls, you're hitting your forearms a lot. Can we fill our protein requirement with just food? Absolutely. Protein powders, I think, can be used as a tool, but they will never be better than food. If you could get food in over a protein shake, take the food. But if you are in a rush or something and you cannot get the food in, drink the protein shake. It will help. What would you do as a lifter if you were injured and could never lift weights again? I would still learn all about bodybuilding and I would want to educate people. How do you build a perfect back and shoulders in the gym? Well, here we go. The ultimate back exercise is without a doubt the deadlift. Personally, I believe that you cannot have a complete back if you are not having some kind of deadlift variation in your split. Even if that means an RDL or a rack pull, the deadlift is just absolutely phenomenal. And for your shoulders, I think that the overhead press is going to be a killer for those, and it's going to really, really bring up your shoulders. That's really the only way for shoulders that you could lift some really heavy weight. So I don't think that anybody can build really good shoulders without overhead presses. Does fasting interfere with muscle gain? So some of you may see a lot of influencers. I'm not gonna say any names, but a lot of influencers in the fitness industry really like swear on fasting. And my personal philosophy on fasting is that if you do that, your body is eating itself alive and you will get smaller. Eating on a calorie deficit will help you lose more fat than fasting will. And if you're not eating until after your workout, it's just so catabolic and not good for your muscles. I have no creatine monohydrate left and won't be able to get more for about a week. Well, will this mean I'll have to reload or lose size? Creatine monohydrate is just energy. Creatine phosphate is one of the main energy sources of the body. It's not anything that's gonna cause catabolism if you don't take it. You can get your energy from food. Fats are energy. You can get your energy from fat. You get your energy from carbs. So guys, thank you for watching. Let me know if you want to see more of this, because I will do more of it if you want. Hopefully I can get some better questions next time. But yeah, peace out.